Get the fuck out of here!
Best stay out of sight.
Talking in circles may... Alexios! I knew you'd change your mind after turning me down. Unfortunately, love must wait a little longer.
Whatever you say.
I hate to cut our conversation short, Socrates, but I believe you've talked enough for the both of us. We must find another use for that mouth of yours.
Speak to him long enough, and you may find the smallest hint of knowledge veiled deep behind his enthusiastic advances.
A compliment and an insult in the same sentence. He truly is gifted. You've arrived at the perfect time. I have a friend named Sophanes who wants to become an Athenian citizen, but he needs a bit of help. Your help.
I can't wait to hear why it's my help he needs.
Any Misthios would do, really, but you're my favorite. All you need to do is sign my friend's name on a little list.
There has to be a reason Sophanes can't sign the list himself.
Well, he would, but he isn't nearly as able as you are.
Meaning...
Meaning, you have skills he doesn't possess. He'd fail if he tried on his own.
Why Athens? Surely he's a citizen somewhere else already.
Everyone wants to be an Athenian citizen, even if they don't say so. Sophanes has a mind for politics, but can only participate as a citizen.
I didn't realize you had a list of mercenaries you favor. And I'm at the top?
Of course you are. Although, if you ask nicely, I would happily let you be on the bottom.
This sounds simple. Now tell me why it isn't.
There's the small matter that you'll have to enter the Metroon, where you're not allowed, and forge his name well enough, of course.
So he's trying to become a citizen illegally. You should have led with that.
I'll try to remember that the next time. The building you're looking for is near the Agora. Be safe.
I don't speak in circles or any other shape. You answered one of my questions.
This area will be well defended.
We've got no use for you here. Get moving. What's going on?
There, his name's been signed. Time to get back to Alcibiades.
Σύνελθε, σύνελθε, τέλος
Προείρικα το παραδείγμα και ο ύμνος
My favorite Misthios returns.
Sophanis' name is on the list, but it came at a price.
I see. Sometimes blood must be shed. You were the right Misthios for the job. Now that you forged my friend's name on the citizens list, there's one more thing that needs to be done.
If you told me this needed to be done before, I could have taken care of it already.
Maybe, but this way I get to see you more often.
Just tell me what you need.
Unfortunately, getting Sophanis' name on the list doesn't make him a citizen. He also needs a witness who can validate his citizenship.
So you want me to be the witness?
If only it were that easy. No, there's someone I have in mind. An extremely handsome man by the name of Peros.
I'll find your handsome witness.
Perfect. I knew you'd be willing to help.
There must be a good reason we can't be witnesses.
Of course. The witness must be an Athenian citizen, but it can't be a friend. Be careful with Peros, though. It's easy to lose oneself in his gaze.
If there's more after this, I want to know now.
Of course, this should be the last thing.
Should?
I mean, is.
Time to find Peros.
He's often around the Justice Building on the east side of the Agora.
And I just ask him to help?
Peros needs to say that the parents of Sophanis were both Athenian. How you get him to do it is up to you.
Αθήνα τον εστί.
ώρα.
The witness. There you are. That's the guy Alcibiades called.
You tell Theon I'm not giving him any more. If he wants to talk to me, he can come himself.
I'm not here about debts.
Well, what do you want then?
There's something I need your help with. Well, you'd actually be helping someone else.
That someone sent you tells me it's something I'd be better off avoiding.
You just need to validate a man's citizenship. Alcibiades said it's an easy role for you to play.
Ah, Alcibiades. He's persistent. And who is this man I meant to help?
His name is Sophanes.
Sophanes. I know that name well. I won't help you though, not for him.
I don't know him. Why don't you want to help?
True Mystios never get all the information up front. Sophanes betrayed his men for Drachmi. He deserves death, not citizenship. Ah, look, it isn't your fault. You didn't know, but now you do.
You're going to help, but it's your choice how bloody you are when you do. Or maybe I'll go to Theon and see if he'll pay me to get what you owe him.
You can't threaten me and expect to get what you want. You'll regret that. That's enough. I'll do what you want. Even after all Sophanes did, he gets another chance. Oh, make sure Sophanes doesn't know I was part of this.
Is that the only...
You've returned!
Socrates too, it seems.
Much like you, he just can't seem to stay away. I hope there were no issues.
Yes, he just needed a little push.
Ah, I was worried about that. Well, you did the right thing.
You kept information from me. Information that would have been nice to know.
I believe people like Sophanes deserve second chances. I didn't think what he did mattered to you.
Next time, let me decide what matters to me.
Understood. I should give Sophanes the news.
Do not bad citizens do harm to their neighbors and good citizens good? Is it possible to tell if someone will be good or bad without first giving them a chance?
A person isn't the same forever. Someone bad can become good.
But is the inverse not also true? Someone considered good can then become bad? How can we predict someone's actions now, let alone in the future?
We can't. One thing I've learned is people are unpredictable. It's what makes my job so hard sometimes.
If what you say is true, we can either hope we are right and that people will be good, or limit risk by not giving people like Sophanes a chance. I wonder then if bad actions can reverse good or good actions can reverse bad. Perhaps we can speak on that another time.
Thank the gods.
και τρομερή Αθηνά.
Αγλαότιμε. Δενώνει η μου προσφορά.
Είπα ίσως ο ήλιος να τα βγάλει.
I call that impression the lapdog. Epos has gone too far, Socrates. Pericles gave everything to Athens. Yet we must still hear of Cleon's greatness.
Aristophanes, have you not done seemly things to Hermippos?
How dare you compare me to that man? His plays are a nuisance. Something I could come up with in an afternoon, and a drunken one at that. Mine are for a clever audience.
The same audience you judge. Should it not be clever enough?
Careful, Socrates, else I make you a character in one of my plays. Do you agree with Socrates that Hermippos should say what he wants?
They're only words. Hermippos should be able to say what he wants.
No matter what he says? What if he devoted his life to slandering you? Not just in Athens, but throughout the land.
Saying what he wants doesn't mean he would escape my spear.
Then everything we say has a consequence, even if we are allowed to say it. An intriguing thought, wouldn't you agree?
If you have such an issue with Hermippos, why not do something about it yourself?
I'd like to, but I haven't been able to find him. Maybe you'd have better luck.
It can't be that hard to find Hermippos.
That's what I thought as well. Maybe he's afraid I'll find him.
Once Hermippos is in front of you, what are you going to say?
I'm not entirely sure yet, but I promise you, it will be a grand spectacle.
It almost sounds like you're jealous of Hermippos.
Ha! Me? Envious of him? Making someone sad is easy, but making someone laugh takes true skill and talent.
Wherever Hermippos is, I'll find him.
I hope you do. His residence would be a good place to start.
εσύ.
Doesn't look like Hermippos is here. I should take a look around.
Μόνον όταν το επιχείρημα
They won't ask any questions. Best keep out of sight. mask from the Cult of Cosmos. Hermipos must be a member. This is a lot of money for someone like Hermipos. Explains his residence, at least. Looks like Cleon made notes for Hermipos on his play. Everyone's a writer.
What is it?
I couldn't find Hermipos, but I did find out something about him. He's a member of the Cult of Cosmos.
Then it's no wonder he attached himself so closely to Cleon. Discrediting Pericles and his beliefs in Athens would benefit Hermipos and the cult, I'd imagine.
Hermipos is definitely a problem.
Do you still believe he should say what he wants, Socrates?
I know not what I think, nor what I know.
Yes, you deserve a play of your own.
What is a leader if he hides behind the walls he built himself? Send me fire, storm, or sickness, but bring me justice for my city.
You deserve worse.
Μάλλον το αίμα αυτό λέγονται.
Welcome back! There's a message for you on the board. Came from the Delos Islands. One of the cultists is there, Alexios. His name is Monarchis.
You reading my messages, Varnavas?
I may have taken a peek. Did you find what you were looking for in Athens?
A few clues, but this won't be easy.
Well, it's a good start. All we can do now is trust the path the gods have laid out for us.
I'm not the only one looking for my mother. The cult that wanted Nikolaos dead, they're also on my trail.
Ah, they're no match for you.
You got that right.
We'll be waiting for you, Commander.
It's a nice horse, Socrates.
It's a very nice horse. A sturdy horse. It's also a stolen horse.
It looks like I'll have to report you, Socrates. It's what a good citizen would do, right?
Oh, very good. Although a bit preemptive without all the details, wouldn't you say?
It was a joke.
The real question is whether there is truth behind the joke, or if one's mind can be changed once the whole story is revealed.
What story is that?
There is a man nearby who is responsible for stealing the horse. I've been contemplating the proper course of action, but I'd like to know what you think is right.
And how should I make my decision?
Your thoughts are your own, but speaking to the thief himself may help you decide. Can such a crime be justified? It's an interesting thought.
Where is the thief now?
I told him to wait by the stables southwest of here.
If you caught him stealing a horse, what's to say he won't just run away?
The hope of keeping the horse. That's where you come in. I'll let him tell you the rest.
I should be careful. High security here. That's the thief. You won't escape. Are you the one who stole the horse? Socrates said I should talk to you.
Bad enough being caught, but to have a Misthios judge me?
Better than an Athenian guard. Anything to say?
The man I stole it from won't even miss it. He has plenty of others, while my only horse died last week. If I had the drachmi to buy a new one, I would have.
Did you steal the horse to use it or sell it?
I have a family to feed, and this horse will help me on the farm. Plus, I have no other way of traveling right now.
There is no other option.
Not that I could think of. Trust me, I feel shame for what I did.
Any reason you picked this specific horse?
It was the easiest one to take. Other than that, not really. Though, I did make sure it wasn't his best horse.
A courteous thief.
I didn't steal it for fun. I did it because I had no other choice.
I have enough information to make a decision.
I hope you can understand. Wouldn't you do the same if it was your family?
Have you decided what should be done?
It doesn't matter why he stole the horse. It belongs to someone else.
You surprise me yet again. I truly believed you would choose the other side.
Because I'm a Misthios.
Of course. Yet, when it comes to someone else, you decide a crime deserves a consequence no matter the reason. A safe choice, although I can think of times when it may not be right.
The real question is whether my decision matters at all. Or if this was just another test to see what I would do.
There is a good chance it is both, but an equally good chance it is neither.
Now you're not making sense on purpose.
Let me ask you one more thing. If one man kills another in order to save many, can his actions be considered just? Or should the man be punished?
The outcome may be better, but he should still be punished for his crime.
That is true, yet if his peers were to decide, especially those he saved, they may argue that though the action was wrong, it was necessary and just.
I'm not sure the law cares about the reasons.
But if we are to decide whether the law should act on a man, or if his crime should be pardoned, the worthiness of the action should be taken into account, should it not?
Are we done yet? I can't stay here all day.
Of course you can't. It's a luxury few can afford. Even those with the time for it often lack the mental capacity for such things.
Okay.
You are truly a hero. Thank you for my freedom.
You have given me a chance, friend. Thank you.
So now they have people watch us get punished. That's a different kind of shame.
I'm not here to watch. I just saw you by chance.
What you saw was a man who paid his master for freedom, but is being kept a slave.
You can do that.
My master gave me a price for my freedom, and I saved until I had enough. Now that I've given him the drachmi, he pretends as if the deal never existed.
That isn't right. Let me talk to him for you.
Really? You do that? My name is Phaedon. I don't know who you are, but surely you were sent by the gods. They must have heard my prayers.
They did, and you deserve their help.
I can sense something in you. You're special.
I like to think so.
Gods or not, I'm grateful. My master should be near the silver mine. He's likely overseeing other slaves like myself.
Have you always been a slave?
Since my youth. I was in the wrong place and born to the wrong family. I've been sold more than once.
And you just now got enough to buy your freedom?
More like I found a master who was willing to give me that sort of deal. I should have known he'd lie. It was my only hope, and now it's gone.
Do you often get whipped like that?
More than you know.
What did you do?
I don't always know. Not working fast enough, looking at someone wrong, asking for water. Sometimes they do it just for fun. I'm not sure how much more I can take.
I'll talk to your master and make sure he listens.
He's not really the listening type.
He will be with me.
You look strong. I could always use more people to keep the slaves in line if you're looking for work.
I'm already working. I'm here about one of your slaves, Phaedon.
As if I know their names. You're wasting my time.
Give me a moment to explain.
That's close enough to begging for me. Fine. Speak.
There's a man who paid you for his freedom. He'd like you to follow through on that promise.
Doesn't sound familiar. But I'm feeling generous. Do something for me, and I'll give this Phaedon his freedom.
What is it?
There's a woman I'd like you to kill. It'll leave her family to fend for themselves, but the cult of Cosmos needs it done.
You're a member of the cult? If that's true, then you know who I am.
You're smarter than they make you out to be, Eagle Bearer.
Tell me why I shouldn't just kill you now.
You could. Of course, if I'm killed, the slave stays that way. And I'm the only one who knows where his papers are.
Why does this woman need to die?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you needed to know that. Wait, you don't.
Phaedon said you already broke your promise once. This better not be another of those times.
Look around. I have plenty of slaves. In exchange for the woman's death, I can let one go.
Most people prefer to keep their cult status a secret.
You can't do a thing about it if you want to help whatever his name is. Also, it adds a bit more fun to the situation, don't you think?
I'll be on my way.
Kill the woman or not, it's your choice. But if you want your slave friend to go free, it's the only way. One person's freedom is another's demise.
Alexios! What chance that we should meet here?
It doesn't really feel like chance.
Ah, so you wish for today's topic to be about fate?
No, not really.
Good, because I had another in mind.
Do I have to leave Attica to be rid of you? It feels like you're everywhere I go.
It is very strange, but to answer your question, yes, leaving Attica would help.
So how much did you overhear?
Oh, all of it. You have a difficult choice to make, clearly. How much is the freedom of one person worth? Do you believe one life is worth more than another?
People aren't equal, even if we wish it were true.
So, you would say, for example, that your life is worth more than another's. Then would you also say that there are some who are more worthy of life than yourself?
Of course I wouldn't say someone else is more worthy of life than I am.
But to say that contradicts your point. Unless, of course, you believe yourself to be the most worthy of life out of all who currently live?
I think I've said enough.
Ah, you're right. I know you are busy and your mind is weary.
That does sound like me.
Go now. It's been an honor having these conversations with you.
You too, Socrates.
What is it?
I'm not going to kill someone so you'll free Fedon when he should have been already.
Fine. I'll find someone else to kill her, and Fedon will remain my slave. I'll be sure he receives a grand reward for wasting so much of my time.
That's for what you did to my family.
Nothing gets past the eyes of Cosmos.
We're gonna have a problem!
Got to be careful not to get spotted. Yeah! You won't be making trouble anymore.
Ah, I could hear your footsteps. Welcome back.
You'll be glad to know I've been to the statue of Athena at the Acropolis.
Ah, if only I could have been there to feel your presence. Would you describe her to me?
Oh, it's even better than you can imagine. Made of pure gold. Chip one toe off her, and you'd have enough drachmi to eat for the rest of your life.
Gold? No, it can't be. I was always told she was bronze and stood guard over the city of Athens, mourning the past and protecting the future.
Your turn to tell me something. You said a man tried to kill you.
The man who rose up to kill the tyrant Xerxes was named Darius. He was of a new creed of killers, unlike any Persia had known. He was also the man hired to kill me.
A killer of kings, hired to kill a simple blind man. Why?
I have your interest, do I? Tell another tale, and I will too.
I've traveled to the Acrocorinth. From there, I could see all of Corinthia.
Ah, I can only wonder at what the worshippers of Aphrodite do to pay her tribute.
It's quiet, mostly. People praying, offering sacrifice. You know, typical sanctuary stuff.
A temple to Aphrodite? Quiet? Impossible. Have you ever been to the temple?
Now that's out of the way. You owe me a tale. You said the king killer Darius was hired to kill you too?
He was. By my brother.
Your brother? None of this is making any sense, old man.
I trust you. So I will tell you. My brother and I are the last living sons of King Xerxes.
Impossible. That would make you a king.
I was. My name was Artaxerxes. I guided Persia through a time of peace. But my brother wanted the throne and plotted my death. Now, I hide here. Exiled. Living the life of a simple beggar. I will tell you more. But first...
Yes, a tale for a tale. I returned to Mount Aegatos.
Returned? Tell me, did you meet the mountain god who devours Spartan children?
Your story was true. There is a snow god on Mount Aegatos that lives to eat the children of Sparta. It destroys families for fun. I saw it.
That was a Persian myth, and a disgusting one. I had always hoped to hear the tale of the true Aegatos from someone who'd seen it firsthand.
Now you tell me, King Artaxerxes, how can I believe your story? You don't exactly look like royalty.
Well, that's the point. I am hiding.
Show me proof.
I could. You see, I knew a man named Themistocles.
The Athenian general. I heard stories about him being ostracized from Athens.
Over petty politics. He came to Persia to me, looking for refuge. I was king, but only a boy. He spent his days learning Persian and telling me stories of his home. Places like the Acrocorinth, Mount Aegatos.
The places you wished you could see.
I loved the tales and loved Themistocles like a father. He was kinder to me than Xerxes ever was. Tell me one last tale, and I'll tell you why he hid his treasure.
If you'd like to hear about the bird, I could describe it to you.
Nothing would make me happier.
The great bird with metal feathers attacked me. I fought it off with my bare hands.
Ah, you did? So you fought it just like Heracles? I'd heard the statue was built to guard a place of chaos and calm.
So, I've been to the 5 places Themistocles told you about in his tales.
For that, my soul will be eternally grateful. As for my tale, Themistocles died peacefully in Persia, as one of us. I promise him I'd see the places he told me about. His stories will live on in me. And now you.
And what of your story?
I let the people believe Darius succeeded in killing me, so I could escape.
Artaxerxes, there's something else you should know.
Yes?
My grandfather was Leonidas of Sparta.
That means...
Your father, King Xerxes, killed my grandfather.
Then you're bound by blood to avenge him.
Artaxerxes, false king, these Mythios led me right to you. Time to finish what I started.
Alexios, please!
Your father killed my grandfather. Now, I kill you.
No, he's mine!
Nice view.
It just got a lot nicer. I was hoping to see you again.
Alcibiades, what are you doing outside of Athens?
Someone like me is always on the move. I've docked my ship in every port.
I'm sure you have.
If you're here for more than the view, I have a task for you. It is crucial this package gets to its proper recipient. It's not for me, but a man named Theodoros.
I'll help. But it's only that little box.
One should never judge something by its size, you know. A small thing may very well make a huge impact.
You said this package isn't from you. Why do you have it then?
It simply came into my hands, that's all. Theodoros asked for my help, like I'm asking for yours now.
Why can't this Theodoros deliver it himself?
You're a curious one, aren't you? Some questions don't have answers. Sometimes things just are.
You've traveled a lot. Where is your favorite place to go?
Oh, a personal question. Interesting. The world is filled with beautiful places. To pick my favorite would be like picking my favorite Etera. I could do it, but the answer changes based on my mood.
All right. Who am I giving the package to?
There's a man named Vardas near the Corinthian military fort. He's one of their stronger assets.
And I just tell him it's from you.
No, from the Odoros. Don't forget, the Odoros.
Εκλιπαρούμε του ελέου σου διατηρητή. You can't be here. Go.
There'll be trouble if I'm spared.
I will carve my name on your flesh!
You're Themistios I sent for. What do you want?
This is for you.
Give it here. Is this some kind of joke? This is a cast of someone's dick. What's this engraving? This is for your wife, Thalia, for when she starts to miss me. Tell me now, who sent this?
It's from me, Vardas. Can't you tell?
Do you think this is a joke? You'll pay for that.
Someone doesn't have a sense of humor. I should try to stay out of sight.
I was just starting to miss you. I hope you delivered the, package?
I thought I'd make a joke and tell him it was mine, but he didn't laugh.
Why would you do that? Vardas is an angry, emotional man. I hoped to get rid of the Odoros, but now you've ruined that.
If you wanted to get rid of the Odoros, then that package wasn't from him after all.
Of course not. It was a perfect plan. But now I have to come up with something else. Don't think I'll ever make a cast for you now.
He's over there. I should watch my step around here.
Charge activated. Synchronizing retransmission chronicity. Contact engaged.
I hear you, my brothers, my sisters. Someone sounds very stumpy today. I know that temper anywhere there is. You see? They're here! The gods are... behind this door! Listen. I didn't mean to be away so long. Kythera is... well, if you're looking to unleash a new plague somewhere...
This is not what I expected.
Camouflage, my unimaginative friend. A mere disguise to ward off those seeking the glory inside. Ah! You hear them too!
There is something there. And whatever's making that noise must be 2 or 3 times the size of a man.
Quickly, use the disc! Open the door! They're expecting us!
Whatever's inside, I'm ready.
My brothers and sisters! Eternity! The house of the gods! Creators of the universe! Outstretch your mighty hands!
and raise me to the heaven.
Malaga.
Is it just me? Roddy's malak is getting bigger. He does not look happy. Let's see if I can cheer him up. And I thought Empedocles was the handsomest one in the family. bigger they are, the more I have to stab them.
Τι τούτο είναι? Ανυπόφορον εστιν οράν. Πίσω να αρκαθεύω.
Let's set sail!
Welcome back! Where shall we go?
Maximum speed!
There will be more battles like that. Nothing the Adrestia can handle. Salvage nearby. Shall we pick it up?
Slower!
You're released until the commander's return.
They'll keep a sharp watch here.